The sun is not merely a ball of fire hanging in the sky. It is a massive star composed of intensely hot plasma where nuclear fusion reactions occur, continuously converting hydrogen into helium and releasing an enormous amount of energy every second. That energy is what sustains life on Earth, shaping the climate, driving the oceans, and regulating the biological rhythms of every living organism. The sun is about 4.6 billion years old and is currently in the most stable phase of its life cycle. But like all stars in the universe, the sun is not immortal. In roughly 5 billion years, it will gradually exhaust its fuel, expand into a red giant, and eventually collapse inward, leaving behind a cold white dwarf, the final remnant of a star that once nurtured an entire world. What would happen if the sun suddenly exploded right now? It wouldn't unfold like the fiery explosions we see in movies. In reality, sunlight takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth. That means even after the explosion occurred, we would still see the familiar sky continue our daily lives as usual, completely unaware that the star sustaining life had already vanished forever. Then the moment would arrive. When the immense wave of radiation finally reaches Earth, the hemisphere facing the sun would be incinerated almost instantly. The opposite side would be plunged into sudden darkness, with temperatures dropping uncontrollably. At the same time, the gravitational force that keeps Earth in its orbit would disappear, causing the planet to drift aimlessly, cold, silent, and alone in the vastness of space. What do you think would happen first? Comment 1. If you believe humanity would be wiped out almost instantly by radiation and heat. Or comment 2 if you believe death would come more slowly as Earth drifts alone through the darkness of the universe. And life wouldn't disappear instantly, it would fade away in the cold. Even if humanity were not wiped out immediately, life on Earth would only be living out its final moments. When the sun vanished, the sole source of energy that sustains the planet's climate, light, and biological rhythms would vanish with it. Global temperatures would plunge relentlessly, growing colder with each passing day, until ice covered nearly the entire surface of Earth. Light would be gone. Photosynthesis would stop. Plants would die en masse, triggering the irreversible collapse of the food chain. The oceans would begin to freeze from the surface downward, slowly transforming the blue planet into a massive dying sphere of ice. The last survivors would be forced to retreat deep underground, clinging to the faint residual heat of the planet's core, not to live, but merely to delay an ending that was already inevitable. The final years beneath the surface. Imagine being one of the last survivors. Above you, there is no sky, no sunlight, only kilometers of solid ice in absolute silence. Humanity huddles inside underground cities, surviving on the faint heat rising from Earth's core and machines that barely keep life going. Each passing day is a countdown. Food supplies dwindle, energy fades. No one knows what still exists outside or whether there even is an outside left to return to. Children are born having never seen natural light. Adults live with memories of a world that no longer exists. And in that darkness, one question haunts everyone. Are we truly surviving or simply waiting for our turn to disappear? As Earth enters its final days, time continues to pass, but its meaning changes completely. Heat from Earth's core fades with each passing century. Underground cities fall silent and life support systems shut down one by one. Above the planet that once teemed with life is now nothing more than a dark, frozen mass, drifting quietly through infinite space, without traces, without witnesses. There is no dramatic final moment, no fateful explosion, only the slow fading of a world that once existed. In the face of the universe's immense scale and indifferent power, every civilization, every ambition, every human memory becomes cruelly insignificant. We are not destroyed by an enemy, we are erased by the absolute indifference of nature. If you were still alive at that moment, what would you be determined to do? Would you pour every remaining ounce of strength into extending life just a little longer? Would you record the final trace of humanity for a future that may never exist? Or would you simply stay close to the people who matter most during the last days that remain? Or would you choose to do something entirely different? Share your choice in the comments and let's see how many people think the same way you do. As the universe goes on and we do not, on the scale of the universe, Earth's disappearance means almost nothing. There is no special event, no exclamation mark. One planet goes dark just like countless worlds that have emerged and vanished before it. The universe continues to expand, stars are still born and still die utterly indifferent to the fate of the fragile life that once existed here. But for humanity, it is different, because meaning does not come from scale, it comes from experience. No matter how brief its existence, life has value because it is felt remembered and chosen. Perhaps what truly matters is not how long we exist in the universe, but how we live before the final light fades. And perhaps this is not the end after all. Even if Earth disappears, the story may not truly be over. In this vast universe, life may have already existed elsewhere, or may emerge again someday from forces we never had the chance to understand. Somewhere in a distant future, the remnants of this planet might still tell the story of a world that once existed, once thought, and once questioned its own ending. We do not know what truly awaits beyond that eternal darkness. And it is precisely that uncertainty that makes the universe terrifying, yet endlessly fascinating. If you too are drawn to unanswered hypotheses, if you want to keep exploring scenarios that could or might never happen, follow Hypothetical World and join us as we step deeper into the universe's next great questions.